the son of Paul's sister, heard about their ambush, and he came and entered the barracks and he told Paul. Paul called one of the centurions to himself and said, "Take this young man to the commander, for he has something to report to him." So he took him and led him to the commander and said, "Paul the prisoner called me over to him and asked me to bring this young man to you because he has something to tell you." Verse 19. The commander took him by the hand and, stepping aside, began to inquire of him privately, "What is it that you have to report to me?" And he said, "The Jews have agreed to ask you to bring Paul down tomorrow to the council, as though they were going to inquire somewhat more thoroughly about him. So do not listen to them, for more than 40 of them are in hiding to ambush him, and these men have put themselves under an oath not to eat or drink until they kill him, and now they are ready and waiting for assurance from you." Verse 22. Then the commander let the young man go, instructing him, "Tell no one that you have notified me of these things." So we see here Paul has a nephew. Like, where did this come from? We didn't know that Paul had a nephew. But Paul, in church tradition, tells us a little bit about his sister and potentially his brothers, cousins. There's some church tradition out there now. As far as his nephew, we don't know exactly who it is. We do see in the text here, he's a young man. He needed to be kind of told what to do. He didn't have the presence of mind or the knowledge to go straight to the Roman commander, so he goes to Paul. Um, and then we see the Roman commander here he takes him by the hand. So all of this looks like it would be a young man, 12, 13, 14, potentially 15 years old, maybe somewhere in that range. Some speculate, I'm not going to get too far into this, some speculate this young man was Julius Archelaus. There's really not much there. Some also speculate that in Romans 16:11, when Paul references the Herodian kinsman, that this was his nephew he was referencing, who was potentially Julius Archelaus. And it was common at this time for family and friends to bring prisoners or those in custody to bring them food. And in fact, it's documented that prisoners often starved, sometimes to death, if no friends or family brought them any food. So it would not be uncommon for this young man to come in and be able to see Paul. And now we don't know how this Paul's young nephew here heard about the plot, but we can be sure that it's no coincidence that God arranged this. God is always working in unseen ways. Just because something we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. We have limited, very, very, very limited perspective. God sees everything, and we have to trust that. So God positioned Paul's nephew at the right place at the right time to hear exactly what he needed to hear.